Robert Kiyosaki has a net worth of $100 million. His book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, has sold 44 million copies worldwide. It's been translated into over 50 languages. Robert has cash flow clubs around the country. He has a large real estate portfolio, and he was the first one to say, "Your house is not an asset." What are some of his other investing advice? Smash that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness. Number 6. Get a financial education. In the same series of books, the Rich Dad Company has even published an entire book on the topic. It's titled Increase Your Financial IQ. Inside the book, Robert talks about the importance of knowing the difference between good and bad debt, and the difference between an asset and a liability. However, most important of all, it's not just about making money. That's just the first part of the problem. Then come the protecting of the money, the budgeting of the money, and the leveraging of your money. Learning to control all of these aspects will either make you or break you as an investor. Because the investor who can make a lot of money but can't keep a lot of the money that he makes is going to have a lower financial IQ than the guy who makes a lot of money and keeps a lot of money. The problem of budgeting your money is a problem in and of itself, and learning to budget has a lot more to do with expanding our means than it does with living below our means. And we will talk about how to leverage your money using OPM in rule number 3. But first, we have to talk about the different types of income you can make. Number 5. The 3 types of income. Basically, there are only 3 types of income. The first one is earned income, the second one is portfolio income, and the third one is passive income. Earned income is what most of us have. That's the paycheck you get from a company for working 40 hours per week. However, one thing you should know about this income, it's the highest taxed income. And this is where governments make their money to pay for public programs like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and of course, education. However, because it's heavily taxed, it's very difficult to build wealth using only earned income. Portfolio income is the second type of income. If you're working for a good company and you're not a minimum wage worker, then you definitely have a 401k plan. Those are just different types of paper assets, stocks and bonds, managed by some financial advisor. Investing in a 401k, you can expect to make around 7% per year, and that's the average. You have little control over this income because the stock market dictates how much you will make, and that's not the only downside. The other one is the fact that this income is the second highest taxed. Passive income is for those that have a high financial IQ. To better illustrate what is passive income, we will give you this comparison. With earned income, you stop working and the money stops coming in. With passive income, you stop working and go on vacation, and the money keeps rolling in. It's the lowest taxed income, and if you are smart about it, you can further reduce the taxes on that income by using deductions and exemptions. This is the income you get in the form of rent from a real estate property. It's the income you get from a business. It's the income you get from royalties, etc. Number 4. Turning earned income into passive income. Most people will start with earned income. Even when you're working with a minimum wage job, you can still convert your earned income into passive and portfolio income. Conventional financial wisdom suggests that you save as much as you can from your paycheck every month. You load that into your 401k, and then you wait 30 to 40 years for your nest egg to grow so you can retire comfortably. But if you're looking for financial freedom in your 30s, then this is what Robert suggests. Instead of taking 20% of your paycheck and investing it in the S&P 500, take that money and invest it in the S&P 500. In other words, pay yourself first. Every month, without even thinking about it, put aside 20% of your income to build cash-producing assets. Robert and Kim Kiyosaki did this knowing full well that they wouldn't have enough money to pay their bills. So they used this as motivation to earn more. In other words, they took up side hustles and made the money that way. Pro tip: if you don't know what to invest in, it's time to invest in your education. Take the money you saved and invest it in yourself. Buy a skill set that will make you money in the future. Number 3. OPM. Now, for someone just starting, this would be a rather hard pill to swallow. For example, Robert Kiyosaki says that the important thing is to have knowledge and experience. Once you do that, your next task is to find a good deal. You need to stay focused on the task in front of you and be prepared. In some strange way, if you find a good deal that would bring in money, you will find the money immediately. The hard part is finding the deal. Finding the money to finance the deal is the easy part. If you think it's not true, let's do this. Imagine walking down the street in your hometown. Imagine someone walks up to you with a bright red Ferrari and says he is selling it for 25 grand. Will you be able to find $25,000 to buy the Ferrari? If you're smart, you will call anyone and everyone you know, and you will find the money. This is where Kiyosaki's concept of OPM, or others people money, comes into play. You see, he likes to see debt in two ways. For rich debt, there was good debt and there was bad debt. Bad debt includes your credit card payments and your car loan. They aren't putting money into your pocket. They are taking money out of your pocket. Good debt would be the one you take out to finance a rental property that will then put $500 in your pocket every month. Number 2, risk and reward. Managing your risk and your rewards can be tricky, and it's one of the most important skills of an entrepreneur. Every business decision you make will entail some sort of risk. You need to find out how much risk you're willing to take for your compensation. In other words, are you willing to invest $25,000 into some penny stocks and get $26,000 if the company is successful? No, you could lose all your money, and the upside would be you making $1,000 extra. You would have to find 25 deals like that to break even. It's just not worth it. To illustrate this with an example, imagine if some relative asked you to give them $100,000 to invent a new type of screen protector for phones. Would you do it? Of course not. It's too much risk, regardless of the reward. If that friend told you that he has invented 3 other screen protectors before, did this investment become more or less risky? It became less risky. What if that same friend asked you to give him $100,000 for a 50% stake in his company that's making $200,000 per year in pure profit? Number 1. Assets and liabilities. In many of his talks, Robert says that people approach him and ask for advice on investments. They say, "Is this a good investment?" Robert's answer is usually the same. Are you a good investor? In other words, the investment is neither good nor bad. Gold is neither an asset nor a liability. If you buy $1,000 worth of gold when it's at its highest, and then you're forced to sell it 3 years later when the price is lower because of financial problems, you've just lost money. So it's not the investment that is good, it's the investor. It's not the investment that is risky, it's the investor. A house can be an asset or a liability. It all depends on the investor. See you in the next video.